preparations since Beijing, and these athletes now must be ready. Any injuries, any doubts must be shoved clear from their mind. Well, if you're looking for an outsider, you may have found one in Brazil. Unlikely to feature against the medals, but who knows? This is the pressure moment. Well, that's a false start. They need to get their heart rate down and compose themselves. No more false starts, please. Pulling through the water hard. Norway are in first, China in second, in third it's Portugal. Now reaching as they enter the final five. First place goes to Norway. Brazil move on to the final in second. Here's the replay, and there is little to worry about here for this athlete. A really good performance. Welcome to Londres, the home of crickets for the most part, but for the 2 weeks of the Olympics, this is the chance for the archers to take centre stage in front of the magnificent old pavilion. 70 metres, it seems a long, long way away, and no doubt there'll be nerves. The outer yellow circle, that's 9 points. Arrow number 2. So close to a 10, that's a 9. A good arrow here, and end 1 will finish on a high for this athlete. That's 8 points for the inner red. Let's take a check on the replay. It doesn't matter which country you want to win the gold medal in this event. You've got to respect the start that athlete's made to this competition. Here we are, end 2, first arrow. So close to the maximum. That's 9, arrow 2. The inner red, 8 points. Arrow number 3 then. Nine for that arrow. Here's the replay of that. Halfway through then, and the scoreboard is a welcome sight for this athlete, proudly sitting on top of the leaderboard. Just outside the yellow, that's worth 8. Second arrow. Well, that's a good follow-up arrow. Looking to score 10 and hit that tiny yellow target. This is the final arrow in end number 3. That's 8. Here's the replay. Let's have a look at the scoreboard after that round, and it makes good reading. First place. Arrow 1, end 4. Well, that's a strong start, right in the yellow stuff. Having seen the first arrow, what adjustments will this athlete make for arrow number 2? Arrow number 3. Really good, 9. Well, let's have a look at the replay. Having negotiated that hurdle to make it through to the final, this athlete becomes a genuine contender. It's a terrific atmosphere, and this really should bring the best out of these athletes. Well, let's take a full check on who's competing here. This is the lineup for the 50 meters freestyle. Well, she says all the training has gone right going into this event. And she's in great shape. Real strength required. 50 metres freestyle for women. The final is underway. Stroke for stroke. Great strength. Brazil lead. In second place, Norway. Third place, China. Who's going to touch him first? Brazil take gold. Norway take the silver medal. Well, that's a great performance from this athlete, a new Olympic record. That just shows how well they've been able to get themselves in shape. Well, let's take a look at the replay, and there were no doubts in this one who was going to win. Utter domination from start to finish, showing all the power of an Olympic champion, and that's why they took gold. She sheds a few tears, quite rightly so. This is a huge moment in her career, and no doubt she can move on from here. This is a Games to remember, and certainly one that she can tell the grandkids about. This is Londres, and this is the final event of this session. Every Olympics has a superstar, and there's every chance that this athlete could be the face of London 2012. First end, arrow number 1. Tiny adjustment required. This is arrow number 2 for this athlete. You can add 8 for that. This is the third arrow of end 1. Outer red, 7. Well, here's the replay. Happy with that, very happy with that. And as the scoreboard confirms, that will keep him very much in the mix. Good aim, 8 points. Arrow number 2 then. Nine more points in the outer yellow circle. Arrow number 3. Eight more to the total. Here's the replay. Well, the scoreboard's looking good here. Second place after that round. This really is an important arrow. It's the first of end number 3. 9. And this really is a sport where millimeters count. The outer red, that's 7 points. Can this athlete close out end 3 with a good score? Let's add 9 more to the total for that arrow. Here's the replay. Looking at the scoreboard, and a third position placing after that round is good news for this athlete. Bang on, 10. This is the penultimate arrow in this event. In the red, not bad. This is the final arrow. That's 9. Let's check on the replay. Not quite enough for gold, but a really strong showing. Silver it is. And in bronze position is Portugal. Well, the crowd rise, they bounce in delight because now we're going to have a medal ceremony. And you might see three big tough men, but this will be an emotional moment. There could well be tears here. So much joy from those performances. So much credit as well these three athletes must take. Really was high-class stuff. And now he'll always be known as an Olympic medalist. For the moment, the flame continues to burn here at the Olympic Stadium in London, but it has been a quite terrific games. The performances have been every bit what you'd expect from the biggest show in the world of sport. So many iconic landmarks that have just become part and parcel of these games, and that's what London has really brought to the table. The flags wave in celebration after so many good performances. The athletes represented down on the trackside, the nations coming together as one for the last time at the 2012 Games. The city has hosted this magnificently, and this closing ceremony really does signify how the whole of the world has come together here. Many of these athletes will now be turning their attentions to the next time they get the chance to compete for an Olympic medal. The flags of the nations stretch out around the track. The Olympic rings link together at the centre of the stadium, the heart and soul of these games. For now, the lights burn brightly over the Olympic Stadium, as does the flame. The closing ceremony is well underway, and the celebrations are going to go deep into the London night. It really has been a fantastic Games. Thank you for joining us. From Seth Bennett and Alison Kirbishley, we'll see you next time.